Howdy, first of all. How y'all doing? um, if you are unaware, I do a live Sunday at noon, the Sunday high noon smoke sesh. And I usually start off with some sort of a project, and within a couple minutes, usually we've just gotten into a conversation. But I like having a project set up so that we have something to do if the conversation is not there in the live chat. So this morning we played around with an idea that I had, and it fizzled out as far as that, but I realized that I could still make this into a long form video. So here we are. And today's video entails I scored these lights without getting into the ridiculousness that I did on the live at a Habitat for Humanity restore for $10. They cost a lot more than that if you've ever looked into anything like this. Now these of course are made for mounting on the ceiling, but what my intention is to use them as lighting from the side, because as a content creator that's kind of important from the research that I'm doing. I'm still learning all this stuff. Now I've already wired one of these during the live, but we'll go ahead and wire this one up real quick. What I did is I went to the hardware store to try and find, like a replacement lamp cord that you would have a plug on one end and bare wires on the other end. The cheapest ones that they had, which were relatively short, were I think $7 or $8 and up, like up a lot, for a cord with a plug on one end and bare wires on the other. So for $2, maybe $3 I think after tax, I got a 6-foot extension cord, which I will cut the end off. I hate to do that, but I also hate to spend the extra money. Now then, I do have an idea, because I've already wired another one, like I said, and we're going to make 2 of these. I cut the end off relatively short on the other one, like too short to tap into. So I'm going to leave enough on this one so that we can utilize it. And in theory, we're going to put it back at that end and attach it to the lamp. And the point of that would be so that we can daisy chain the lamps off of each other, theoretically. Here we are, back like we were supposed to be in the first place. In point of view mode. Everything's going to be okay. I'm going to clean my glasses because I was using them during the live and they were relatively filthy, as they still are, but at least they're smeared now. What I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm wiring this correctly, as there are a long plug and a short plug, if you follow what I'm saying. If you don't, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, because you shouldn't be messing with this stuff if you don't know what you're doing, basically, or you could really hurt yourself. Or someone else. It's dangerous, is all I'm trying to say. I'm going to use these just because I like them, but they rarely actually work the way I want them to. Oh, it did. Yay. They're really cool. I think these are like, everybody has these now, but when I bought them, these are from Radio Shack, if that gives you a hint how old they are. And they were a really neat, fancy tool. Like, this is one of the earliest designs as far as I know. Anywho. So, without getting into too much electrical detail, what we want is one of these wires has ribs on it, a line basically, and we want those to go together and to the white wire. Excuse me. The white wire is what I was trying to say. I probably should have stripped that a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure it'll be all right. I'm confident I should have. It's gonna be all right though. What I was gonna say is I also probably should have used a thicker wire nut, but I wasn't necessarily contemplating the fact of using the plug on the end of it. I know what I'm saying. So what we have now is an extension cord with a lamp wired to it. That's pretty cool, huh? We made that. Now, if I want to, I could plug this in here. And, well, the reason that's doing that is because this plug is just a lamp plug. It's barely hanging in there. There we go. Much better. 3, 2, 1. So, what we have now is a panel light with 3 different frequencies available. Yeah, that's right. And if I brought it over here, then I can plug this one into it. And then we'd have 2. Ha 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 ha! It's amazing. It's new smoke shop lighting. Okay. So now that we've accomplished that brightness, oh my gosh, please don't hurt me. Now we can play with the lumber that you've seen in the background, which is going to be the stand. And what we're going to do is, it's going to be mounted to that, and then there'll be legs, and then we have a little portable light thing. So, that's where we're at with that. I'm going to make some adjustments, cool off for a second, and then we'll go again. Beep, 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 beep. I guess that was a good sound. It sounded like a good sound. It made lots of music. Alright, so basically I went and got into the scrap wood and kind of found we're gonna get what I would like to be able to do, and I obviously am not going to be able to do it, is get 4 boards as long as possible. So what if I did that? Then I would have 4 boards the same length, and this board would not get utilized. Okay, so we're going to make a cut. This does not have to be perfect by any way, shape, or form. All we're doing is making the flats for the post, to support the post. I think you all know what I'm saying. If you don't, I'm sorry, but you'll figure it out here shortly. So we want to cut that. It's already marked. I don't have to show you because you can see. This thing's great. Utilizing our square, we'll square that line, straight edge, all that stuff. Straight edges, lines, perfect-ish, relatively perfect, good enough. All right, now we need to get a battery for our Milwaukee circ saw. That is a very small battery for that saw. Do we have a, yes, we do. We have a 3.0. How about the 5.0? 5.0, 5.0, here we go, here we go. 5.0, come here. How you doing? I'm okay, I guess. You got enough juice in you for this. Fine. Underutilized tools. They're unhappy. Pay no attention to any of my safety standards. I do have safety goggles on, I guess, sort of. We're going to go ahead and lower the blade so that it cuts through the board entirely. Yeah. Or raise the guard or whatever it is I'm doing. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Good. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, kids. Ready? Watch your eyes. I knew that was going to happen. I will mention, I don't know if you saw, but I pulled that saw back out instead of just starting it back up because I didn't want it to kick back. Alright, we now have 4 evenly lengthed legs. What's next, kids? I know. Do you? Do you know? Do you know? You can look at our battery power. It looks like we're still good. Which is cool. Let's continue. That could be a motivating factor, the fact that we only have so much battery. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to acquire a driver, which also doesn't have any juice. Charge your batteries, kids, or else your YouTube video is going to go to no man's land, or whatever I'm trying to say. So we don't need that bit. We need a driver bit for the screws that we're going to use. And in theory, that would be there's one question mark. That. Is it kind of neat seeing what I'm seeing? What are we working with here? 2-inch screws would be more than enough. And since we just happen to have a nice box of them, and they're not going to be in the weather or anything, we're just going to, grab a handfuls of them, and see if we've got the right bit. We do. That's convenient. Do we need a drill, guys? Do we want to pre-drill these? No. I agree. I mean, I really should, actually, because I'm using these short screws. Stop that. Stop that. Right. Okay. So these are all going to die eventually. So let's go ahead and put this one on the charger, this one on the driver. When I was in high school, they called me MacGyver. Sorry. I'm not really sorry. I like poetry. You know it's me. What? Where is the power cord? Power cord, power cord. Where is the power cord? Plug that sucker in. Plugging that sucker in. Upside down. Plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. That would be ridiculous. Give me that. Now you go in there. Charge. Charge. one more reminder for today that I am not crazy. All right, let's go, kids. We got our 4 legs. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Can you even see me over there? You can. Cool. In that case, let's go. Oh yeah, the hat's just a little bit heavy, not a bunch. Not a bunch. A little. So in theory, we're going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So there. Man, the point of view thing is totally going to make everything so much better. Yeah, theoretically we would actually want more screws than that, or more depth than that. It's cool enough outside, it's not going to make a difference. It might actually be cooler outside. I don't think so. No, it's humid as hell out here. What we will do is dump the heat from the high. The heat from a high. What we're going to do now, if I'm correct, is that, right? Right. You know, if I was really worried about it, I'd be using clamps and levels, squares, plumb bobs, lasers. I mean, you could use lasers with everything. Because duh, lasers. We're making lamp holders. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a viral video. It's going to be a YouTube sensation. People are going to utilize this plan for years to come. And I'll have to find the bulk price and see if I can buy all of those lights so that I can resell them after I turn them into YouTube lighting tools. Speaking of tools, this thing's the coolest thing ever. My greatest, whatever. My greatest work. So yeah, I mean, again, I should have, and I still can. We can still make adjustments and make it a little bit more stable. But for the sake of, what am I doing? Yeah. For the sake of proof of concept and or prototyping, and no, I'm never going to take this thing back apart or do anything else to it. I'm just going to use it. If it breaks, then maybe I will, but yeah. So, it's wobbly, but that's okay. Unplug that. Now the way these get attached is there are Phillips head screws on all four sides. Excuse me, sorry, it's starting to get hot in here because I turned off the fan and opened up the door. Need my glasses. Can't see a thing without my glasses. One. Two. Uh-oh, it's dead. Recording stopped. Alright, well, you'll be okay though, right? Was it because of the hot? Oh, temperature is too high. Yep. Got it. Alright, well, what we learned today is the camera overheats before the battery dies. So, we need to keep the point of view shots to a very specific purposeful, I guess would be the word. What's funny is it stopped recording, but it's still on. I don't know why it's blinking red. I guess that means it's charging. And we'll set that there. And now that we're not using that, it's break time. Is this thing recording? It is, theoretically. Oh, but we could turn this on. Not gonna hurt anything. Anyhow, we don't have a lot of time, so let's panic. I think we should totally panic. Panic mode, engaged. How are we looking battery-wise? Oh, dude, that thing charged right back up again. This thing's sick, dude. Alright, these screws are totally overkill for what we're doing. But if we go this way, then we can still make it work. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and... What happened? Disconnected, please. Right, I got too far away. So, the preview screen... has to be pretty close, from what I can tell. In my experience thus far. You know, aesthetically it might be better the other way, but with these short screws, like I said, I think what we want to do is use the long side so that we can get the screw all the way in. Like that. Now then, although I could put these in with just one screw, we're going to go ahead and put in two. Woo! Alright, guys. Now, for my next trick, we're going to grab the light, and I believe we want to do that, because that'll give us some more length as far as our extension cord or whatever it is, our cord, which was previously an extension cord. Oh man, this thing's gonna be cool, guys. I'm probably blocking the other camera, but I'll be out of the way shortly. All right. So I've discovered that flies like the base. I don't know if you could see that, but there was a fly attacking it. That's weird. It's the temperature, I would assume. All right. This is all going to be just fine. Because now you can see the struggle. Now I'm not going to necessarily tighten that all the way until I get the rest of these attached. Here's that fly. You see him? He's an OCM, so you probably can't get it. Let's see if we can drop another screw. If I was smart, I'd just be using my hand, but smart. Yay. Anyhow. I gotta get the other screws in place here. Goodness. How do you like that, kids? I don't know. Let's find out. If we're real lucky, we can cross-thread it. That'd be great. He said sarcastically. Alright, we're in. We're going to tighten that one up because we don't really like crouching down like that when we get old. There's that bug again. We'll name him Natty. There he is. Maybe there's more than one. There's definitely more than one. There are mosquitoes. Oh! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in Florida. Why do I have my door open? It's evening time. Oh yeah, we're wrapping this up real soon. Oh my gosh. Emergency garage door closing. Holy mosquito attack. Danger, danger. Just because some of you might enjoy it. Yay! Check my video about garage door openers if you need one. That was sub $200 if I remember correctly. And relatively easy to install. Yes, they are mosquitoes, definitely. Little mosquito, blood-sucking bastards. There he is. All right, so now then, what we've created, for those of you that are just joining us, even though we are no longer live, is a light. It's a light, guys. It's a light. You probably could have figured that out. Plus, I've already told you. Excuse me. But, for instance, if we were to be filming over here, perhaps this would demonstrate what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe. We'll find out. So, that's pretty cool. That's going to be super handy. And it really does not cast a very big shadow at all. There's definitely more of a shadow from the overhead light. Just out of curiosity, guys, let's turn off the overhead light. And this is only one of them also, don't forget. Excuse me. We'll turn off all the overhead lights. How about that? We're getting crazy up in Smoke Shop. Boo! Yeah. It's crazy up in here. Crazy! Okay, so there's definitely a shadow now. Shadow now. Shadow now. Shadow now. So the other thing we could do is plug this into here. That's the whole point. Is now we have two. Moo ha ha. Moo. Uh-oh. Can't see. It's dark. I'm scared. Are you guys scared? I'm so scared. Terrified. We're back. Okay, we're back. Everything's okay. We survived. Just barely. Actually, I think everything was really fine, but... So there's that. Hi, kids. Here we are in Smoke Shop. And we're doing this because that's what we do. And this is some stuff, and there's that. And if we were looking at this, it would be like, wow, that's pretty cool, huh? And wow, that's got a lot of dents in it, huh? Wow, okay. Yay! Whew, it's getting hot in here. I'm trying to prevent taking off all my clothes. And now back to the show. So, gang, basically, what we've got here is our new lighting. And I think it basically speaks for itself, I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching, as always. Whew, it is hot, and these things are actually, I don't know if it's all in my head. I think it's all in my head. But I feel like they're putting off heat. Anyway, I bet it's real bright washing that out. Point being, thanks for watching, as always. If I do it right, there should be another video up there and down there. But I'm not sure. It might actually be up there and down here. So we'll figure it out. Check out one of those videos. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.